Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to Toe Tags Metal Reviews. And today we're going to check out the brand new album from Hatebreed titled Weight of the False Self. So Hatebreed is back with a new album. It's been quite a decent amount of time since their last one. I think like 4 years, like 4 or 5 years, decent amount of time. And they've released 2 songs. We did listen to both, but reacted to one of them. The first one was the title track, and straight up, we both hated it. Just was not a good track for either of us. But the second track, which was Instinctive Slaughterlust, awesome. We loved it. It like complete 180. Yep. So they're 1-1 right now for this album. So really, given that, I don't know what to expect. It could be sick, it could be bad, I don't know.
I'm expecting to like this album. I'm a Hatebreed fan, been a Hatebreed fan for a long time. That first title track really disappointed me, and I was shocked at how just freaking crappy it was. But at the end of the day, in the context of the whole album, like I always say, maybe it'll be good. Maybe it won't be so bad.
Yeah, perhaps.
So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this. I think I'm gonna love it. Maybe I'm setting the bar too high, which I do sometimes. It's a flaw.
Yeah,
whatever.
I too enjoy Hatebreed. Haven't checked out too much of their stuff, but from what I've heard, these guys are awesome, and I'm looking forward to check it out. So we're gonna listen to Weight of the False Self for the very first time in its entirety, and we'll be right back to give you guys our first impressions, so stay put. Alright, we're back. We just listened to Weight of the False Self for the very first time in its entirety. Now, Vile, what do you think?
I thought this album was fucking awesome. I mean, Hatebreed, they fucking delivered exactly what I want from Hatebreed. I don't want to get into too much stuff about stuff, but there's a lot of people that don't like Hatebreed because of the singing or because it sounds too monotonous or it's too simplistic in the realm of metal. There's nothing over crazily technical about it. Fuck that, okay? Maybe Hatebreed's an acquired taste. I agree with the singing a little bit. It's kind of like if you like, it sounds a lot to me like Tom Araya. Not that they sound the same, but they have the same,
like
they have the same issues.
Yeah, it's like one scream.
Yeah, just one tone, just da 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 through the whole thing. But I think you either learn to love it or you'll either hate it forever. I learned to love it a long time ago, and now it doesn't bother me.
I just like how the scream sounds.
Yeah, it's just the aggression and the emotion and the rawness you get from this band. It's second to none. These guys just do everything the right way. There's that hardcore punk element, that thrash element. These guys are listed as metalcore. I struggle to hear metalcore in this band, but I'm also not a genre guru, so I don't fucking know. There's elements in there, but as far as calling them metalcore, it's a stretch for me. These guys are technically, or these guys are totally like hardcore to me. That's how I would genreify them. But they just have this style and flavor where the riffs just crush, and there's the variety of riffs is just awesome. The drumming is very well versed. There's no static nature to the drumming. You got cool tom beats here and there. You got a lot of just standard beats, D beats, but there's a range of tempos. There's a range of aggression. It feels full to me, even though it's somewhat simplistic music, respectively to other metal. Highlight tracks. I'm just gonna give you some highlight tracks. I'm not gonna go into details, okay? Instinctive Slaughterlust, which we reacted to, highlight track. Let Them All Rot, highlight track. A Stroke of Red, highlight track. Dig Your Way Out, highlight track. The Herd Will Scatter, highlight track. And my last highlight track was Cling to Life because it has one of the best fucking solos I heard in such a long time. Oh my god, this solo was so juicy. The solo was so fucking juicy in that song. I cannot wait to hear it again. The riffs on this album are awesome. What do you think?
I thought this album is solid. Honestly, it gave me what I wanted. Like similar to you. I'm like, you know what? I want Hatebreed, which is just angry, bust your house down kind of aggressive metal. And that's exactly what I got. Now, we like to end things off on a high note, so I'm gonna start with my lowest rated track, which is, I guess as expected, the title track. How I feel about it is kind of the same way I felt about it before. It feels like they wrote the song specifically for the radio, which, if that's the case, I mean, I fully respect that.
I think that's a horrible idea if they did that.
I don't like it. I don't like the idea, but I can respect if they said, we want to do this, and decided to do it, okay, power to you. But don't expect that your fans to enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We both enjoy Hatebreed and do not enjoy that song. The only thing about the song that I actually did like is I really like Jamie's vocals and how they sound. If you listen closely, you can hear the transients in his voice don't really come out with a strong attack.
Yeah.
They more so kind of fade in, and that's really interesting.
Yeah.
But aside from that, the song sucks.
Yeah.
Like, nothing. On the flip side, there are multiple tracks that I thought were super duper strong. One of which that you didn't mention was track number 9, Wings of the Vulture. Has some of the best riffs on the whole album. It's really, like, you feel the aggression, but it doesn't have to be fast.
The chorus riff, especially, because there's multiple riffs per song, obviously. The chorus riff in that song is fucking mint.
Oh yeah, and I loved the bridge riff at the end as well. Like, just that whole song, like every riff in that song I was really loving.
Yeah.
Dig Your Way Out, that was disgusting. The solo came out of nowhere in that song.
Another short but sweet.
Yep. The solo, I was not expecting there to be solos on this album. So when the first one started, I'm just like, what? What the hell?
Yeah, it's not a huge common thing for Hatebreed, especially in their last few albums. They've been throwing more solos in here and there, but their older stuff, they really didn't do too much. But I'm glad they're doing it. Definitely adds a flavor, and I love that shit.
Slaughterlust, like Instinctive Slaughterlust was also pretty strong. Yeah, like overall, there were a lot of strong stuff. The only, like, I guess kind of issues I had with the album, and it's not even that much of issues, is that there were some songs where I didn't really know what to comment on, but I still enjoyed what I was hearing, you know?
Yeah.
Like, songs like From Gold to Gray, songs like This I Earned.
This I Earned. Talk about that for a minute, because I didn't really. That's another song. You didn't have much notes for it. I also didn't have much notes for it.
I didn't have much. The only note I really have is that there's a really cool drum fill in the intro. I really liked that fill, and that's another testament to how good the drumming is, because you have a lot of, you know, pretty straightforward grooves. They're performed very well, and there's some cool little bits here and there, like that drum fill, or in Instinctive Slaughterlust. In the chorus, you would totally. Most people would expect him to be playing the crash during that groove in the chorus, but he's playing it on the ride cymbal, and it works. It sounds great, but it's not what you would expect, and it's not what I expected. Even though, you know, I've heard the song before. It's been a while since I've listened to it, so I don't really remember that, but like hearing that, I'm like, oh, he did that on the ride. That's a really cool thing, and it sounds good. It worked out.
And that's when something sounds fresh. When you're expecting one thing and something else happens and it still sounds good, you're like, oh yeah, I really like this.
And that's fresh.
It's fresh. For this, I earned my comment that I wrote was very similar. The intro, the drum intro, was basically the only notable thing, but the rest of the song was still good.
Yeah, exactly.
The drums all over this album were good. There's some really cool tom beats. The intro to The Herd Will Scatter, sorry, track number 10. It's a drum intro with some partnered riffing that's just, you know, heavy and badass.
That's good.
For the intro, really cool rhythmic patterns.
I like the groove and the breakdown of that one.
From Gold to Gray had a bit of bass love in the intro.
That was cool. I like that.
Not a lot, but a bit of bass love, which is also cool. We like when songs, you know, get a little bass love. Overall, strong performance, man.
Yeah,
strong
like,
performance.
Honestly, the only track on the album that I can say I was not a fan of is the title track. Everything else is good or better.
And I agree with that. The title track, I mean, a lot of times I say, maybe it'll grow on me, maybe it'll grow on me. I don't think this song is going to grow on me. I think I'm going to cringe every time this comes on. I think I'm going to probably skip it a lot. I could be wrong. I hope I'm fucking wrong.
You never know, man. It could happen. Like, anything could happen.
True.
And we're gonna find out what's gonna happen next week when we review this album, because we're gonna listen to it over and over throughout the entire week, guys. And that's all we got for this video. So remember to like the video if you liked it, comment, tell us in the comments below what are your first impressions of this album. Subscribe if you guys are new, and remember to come back every single day to our channel to check out our Best Metal Band in the World tournament. I'm TV Fish.
And I'm Vile Self.
And we'll see you guys later.